Well, welcome back. It's noisy in the neighborhood, so hopefully you don't pick up on that noise. If you watched my last video, I'm wearing the same thing. That is because I am very energetic and ambitious today. So I wanted to do another tag, and today's tag is, which tarot card are you? The last video I did was, which court card are you, where I took the Myers-Briggs test. This one has a test, it's a quiz, and I think there is a tag that's going around for that, tag tarot quiz, I think. So again, I will look all that up and link it below. But so when I was wondering what card I would be, and this was really aimed more at what major arcana card would you be, I've always associated myself with two cards. And so my assumption was I was somewhere in between, or maybe depending on my mood, I was one or the other. And so my favorite card from the beginning of my experience with tarot was the Fool card. And then my second favorite card, or my flip side card, was the High Priestess. I almost said the Empress, so I like the Empress card too. So anyway, I wasn't really sure, and I took this quiz, and it turns out that I am the moon. And I like the moon. The moon and the High Priestess are obviously related. Boy, my neighborhood's going crazy right now. There's trucks, and I think they're all leaving. They were here doing road work. Anyway, the High Priestess, obviously, and the moon are very closely related. So when I got the moon card, I thought, okay, that's all right. So again, I have put some of my decks together and pulled the moon card out to show. So we will start with the Rider-Waite-Smith. This is the Radiant. Got to put it back in my bag. All right, there we go. Then the Crow Tarot. A deck I don't get out very much, but I like the renditions it has. This is the Psychic Tarot. And look at that one. The word is confront. So I like that. And then, or actually that was the Psychic Heart, or Psychic Tarot of the Heart, and this is the Psychic Tarot. These were both John Holland, I believe. Yes. Shadow. And when I started really purchasing decks, these were the decks I bought. So not my first decks, not my first experience with cards, but when I first started thinking I wanted to have different kinds different kinds of cards in my collection for clients, I went to Hay House and I got these double decks because I like the idea. It brings up a lot of numerology, and the images are different than the standard Rider-Waite. So I really like that. And also, I'm a fan of Amanda Ellis. So if you want to check her out, Amanda Ellis is a channeler, teacher. She uses cards, it's really hard to put her in a box, which I love about her. So you may want to look her up, Amanda Ellis, Ellis. And she was also responsible for helping me with a love of tarot again. She would show these cards, some of my first videos watching her. And I said, wow, they're very simple, but they do awaken your psychic intuition. So yeah, cards I don't think that I'm really into anymore. I think I've outgrown. As soon as I pull them out, I realized that there was a reason why I have them in my collection. Okay, I went off on a rant. The Fairy Tarot cards by Doreen Virtue, also in my pack from Hay House. One of the first decks that I purchased. I love fairies, and I really do still appreciate Doreen Virtue's innocence and light and childlike playfulness in the work that she put out before her conversion. Her early days. One of my favorite publications of hers was called Earth Angels, and I still like that. So I still have faith in the old Doreen Virtue, or the younger version of Doreen Virtue. So I will never trade, sell, or get rid of her decks, because I still appreciate that work that was done. And then the Good Tarot. This is a beautiful moon. Okay, and I wanted to pull two of these from the Celestial. We've got, this is the moon. This is the card that is labeled the moon, and yes, it's beautiful. We've got Pisces, and look, we've got, looks like both sides, two sides of the same woman, the same personality. Moon behind them. But I wanted to pull out the High Priestess, and look at, it says the moon on top, or on the bottom. Yep, on the top. There we go. And I was very attracted to this card when I saw this deck. So, yeah, I think this kind of shows that I do understand I have the moon influence. So, yeah, I agree. I'm the moon. You know, and other people have said, which I believe too, is we change. We change. So, we may relate very much to a particular card at a particular time in our lives, but then that will change. So what other moons haven't we seen? Which one is this? Chrysalis, the Chrysalis Tarot. There's the moon there. The Medicine Woman. I love this one. Wait till you see this one. So when I saw this, I also knew. Look at that. So there she is sleeping, and the ancestor, the grandmother, is sprinkling inspiration and thoughts and visions into her dreams, into her dream time. I love this card. Again, this was one of the main cards that drew me in to this deck. But this particular deck, there is not one bad card. It's a beautiful deck. And I think last but not least is the Mythic Tarot. And this was my very first deck. And I have modified it and altered it. I've added the pretty gold. And so there you go. Look at that. Okay, so thanks again. I want to continue to do these videos outside here as long as I can, and I'm going to try and do as many tags as possible as well. So why don't you join me and do this tag with me as well? Which tarot card are you? Okay, see you soon. Thanks again for all the support. Peace.